All right, you good.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome
What up?
back
What
to the
up? What up?
Ghost V Network.
Yes, welcome back. And this
So,
uh this pod I got some major gripes with cuz
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have missed a couple weeks. There's been a lot going on, a lot of traveling, school, everything happening, right? So, X-Men dropped X-Men 4, which is basically Jubilee in the video game. It was great. They had freaking different like old school themes back in there from it was a really visual but a filler.
Yeah.
Great episode. We're gonna go bypass that to episode 5.
No, first cuz
Okay, go ahead.
okay,
I
real
really
quick.
go
I
episode
just
5.
got one question about that one.
Let's go.
Cuz what was the point of Storm and the Bird? It was almost like they tried to do two episodes in one cuz they didn't
So,
have enough content for both.
all right. So I think it's showing the battle, everything she's going through, and showing like the overall mental warfare of her trying to come back to being a mutant.
Right. Cuz
Because
I thought when she was running away from the bird on the horse and started feeling the wind more, I was like, "Oh, she about to get her powers back."
yeah,
And
yeah,
then nah, it just she just somehow popped back into the house, and it was like, "Yo, like
yeah.
that was
I think
disappointing."
because Forge was trying his best, and also Forge is falling in love with her. It's Storm. Like it's Storm. Like what do you expect, bro?
Right.
In a cabin with Storm. So it's like I can see that. Um, I just it was a filler episode.
It definitely was because it was like when I seen the Jubilee part, I was like, "Yo,
That was
seriously."
cool because you had things back to different strokes. You had different kind of things back in video games, and it was actually a really cool thing. I thought just to like
It was
show her
alright.
playful side, but
It
it
was alright, but like I said, I feel like they tried to do two episodes in one because they didn't have enough content for both, so they just decided to put it together.
well, bro, they needed a breather because episode 5 was they
Yeah,
needed a breather.
episode 5 though did come back. But yeah, that's where my gripe is because
I see it because like I don't. It's showing she's scared. She used to be able to be fearless and be able to do different things with no problem at all. Now that she does not have that, it's almost as if she's vulnerable. So I think even like the change of the scene, the color, everything else, it was 90-ish, but also it just was like showing you that it's not gonna be right away she gets her power back. It's gonna take some time.
yeah, I
So
get that.
I think it's the mental game that's gonna show. Um, I thought it was a fun episode. I really did. That was a fun episode. But for people who love episode 4, I apologize. Episode 5 is taking my time.
Yeah,
Episode 5.
episode 5.
We go back to everybody basically. We go back to we seen how United Nations were trying to add Magneto in the country and the mutants and everything else, and we basically get to the point where I think it was X-Men Wakanda. That's the vibe I got. What you got?
Pretty
Okay,
much. X-Men tried to make their own Wakanda with this island and everything,
yeah.
and I mean I even got some gripes with this episode. Cause
What?
I feel like
No
somebody I feel
way.
like it's not gripes as in like it was a bad episode. It's more so of what happened in the episode.
All right, bet. So go. Just go off of your tangent, please go off of your tangent because I got
Okay.
some.
All
Because you gotta
right.
remember, do you know the Watcher, ladies and gentlemen? I saw the Watcher, ladies and gentlemen. You know who the Watcher is, Overseer. Also, if you we need to do this one day. The What If episodes that came out last year and is gonna come out again. The Watcher
Okay.
played a big part of that, and how there was time travel and how different people were put in different things. So go ahead with your little speak because I got some theories.
All right. All right. So one, they tried to play my boy Gambit again with this love triangle thing.
He a sucker. Go ahead.
Bro, bro. Like they tried to play my man. Like now it gets weird because it's like all the time you hear about females saying that the guys don't have feelings, and Gambit showed all the feelings that every female wanted, and they got played for it. Got played for it. But we gonna skip past that part.
No. Talk your feelings, bro. This is a safe environment. Please express yourself.
Cause it's like, yo, he's like, yo, like I'm down for you, basically. Like it don't matter as long as we together, we good. And she like, nah, I want to be able to touch you. Like that was it,
Those things are more important than touch, love. Like he was broken, bro. He was
right?
broken. And then
Right,
like what made it worse was the United Nations. They wanted to make Magneto basically a president. The head honcho was going on, and they had the idea that I think it was Magneto's idea more than the United Nations idea because he had a little snicker on his face when he said about, "Well,
right,
we have a queen," and he knew he was trying to get rolled. He was trying to make sure she was publicly he can do what he want to do, so he ain't got to do it in the dark no more.
right.
So I think it was a scheme. So when she basically broke down and found out about it, and she had to tell your boy Gambit the truth of her background, her evil mom, and how she thinks she knew a guy, and how she can. That was very pedophile-ish a little bit to me. I know they were adults, but it just gave me vibes like, yo, you grooming a little bit. But
Right.
anyway, so it shows Magneto. It shows their connection. It shows them being able to touch because of his magnetic field and how it did not hurt him, which no one else is able to do. Gambit can't do it. Gambit can't touch her, bro. Gambit can't touch her. She
Bro,
wants to be held, bro. How you feel?
whatever. Whatever. He didn't even care though. He was gonna do it though.
He was. He definitely
He was
was.
gonna do it anyway. He didn't even care. That's why I rock with Gambit. He was like, whatever.
My man had a clean white suit on and everything.
Right. He was looking sharp. He was definitely looking sharp. Another thing that I got a gripe with that happened in here.
Oh man.
So while they was in Wakanda of X-Men, while they was there, they also showed the other crew back at the house.
Yeah.
And they doing interviews. So you see my man Wolverine trying to get away from the interview with Jean.
Yes.
And she go kiss my man. And he like, nah, you already know that can't happen. They already put you with Wonder Boy over there.
Boy Scout, let's go. Yes.
Right. So I was like, all right, that's cool. That sound about right. But then you see, bro, it was like she caught my man cheating.
She did. She got the mental connection.
Telepathy. Bro. Almost broke down crying laughing when I see that, bro. Like,
how long is it going on, Scott? How long
right.
is it going on?
Right. My man was just caught. And then he tried to switch it up on her. Like, yo, do you love me?
Like, you even know? That's the mother of my child. I know that for a fact. I don't know anything else. My man said I've been, like, mentally having a mental connect with her since she left town, bro.
Right.
So, they not sleeping together. They're not in the same room. You on the couch. Like, his vibe, like, yo, you're not even, like, here. I'm going back to the person that was here and want to be with me, who I had a son with, who I just lost my son with. And the interview and everything else is going straight downhill for Cyclops.
Right.
But my whole thing is this, though, Gene. Because you are the real Gene, right? How does it work two ways where he can see her thoughts, too? He ain't see her kiss Wolverine?
Bro, but I don't know.
If she doing some shady stuff, too. It's not just him. How you
right.
Man, but you over here kiss Wolverine in the water. Like you're having a romantic moment. What is this?
It's definitely both of them. But that joint was hilarious because my man Cyclops had a whole breakdown on live TV during this interview. I was like, all right, that's the Cyclops we know.
Oh yeah, he had to come back from me. They had to make sure he was good, and then he's going back to his normal standard.
Right.
So this episode is basically about how females play men on the low. So we go back over to Wakanda over here, and then we see that they had a ball, a celebration type vibe, and we see how Rogue with the quickness was happy, bro. I don't care what she says, but she got dressed. She came in an entrance. Magneto there cheesing like an old man, like everything else. Like everyone's shocked and amazed that, and then they publicly kissed in front of everybody.
Right.
They keep making your boy Gambit look like a straight.
But he walked away before that happened though.
But this overall, like everyone you see it now, they're not hiding it anymore.
Right. Cause you had my man Nightcrawler talking to him when he first got there, like, yo, go ahead and show her, like, that's your girl. Go ahead and show her.
This is the best part of the episode. I'm sorry, is that they had Nightcrawler. I was so excited, and they also had him having his like German accent, and everything else, and just seeing him pop everywhere because I didn't know where he was. I'm like, yo, I like that. It was really cool seeing that.
Right.
So when,
bro, before you get to it, because I want to ask you, like,
what's up?
Do you think it was a setup?
I think the whole thing was set up.
Because I feel like it was almost like Magneto wanted that to happen.
Nah, I don't think he wanted
but not to that magnitude though.
I got a couple of theories, a couple of things. One, I think the original assassin in 2 episodes before was Magneto's guy. I think Magneto guy set that up for everything to happen in SARS, weaponizing and showing that the government was not going for the mutants and trying to take away their powers. Storm was a casualty from that. And it shows that he wanted this entire country to be in part of the United Nations so he could have power. I think that whole thing was set up. Now, I think as it kept trickling with the whole my X-Men thing, I think Charles wanted to push him into the light of being good by giving him the X-Men. But the whole Jean Grey debacle pregnancy thing is throwing everybody off to a little side quest type thing. So I think Magneto's ambition of being the king, of having my own country, I get my old lady back, I think that is selfish. Now, when we get to the Sentinels coming there, I don't think he set that up. And the reason why is, one, he wanted a country for himself. He wanted power. He wanted his queen. Why would he destroy that fast?
But you got to think, though, the whole thing with the old school Magneto was he was trying to get back at the humans.
Yeah, but
so
would
that give him like a valid reason to be like, oh, all right, you just sent Sentinels here and destroyed my country that we just got into the UN, like, and I was following y'all rules with finding somebody else that could keep me kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, yo, like, I think he wanted something like that to happen, but not to that magnitude.
You are bringing up a lot of valid points. It's a really good theory. I can't argue with that. It's a really good theory because it is Magneto. It's Magneto, like, right?
Right. And then I almost feel like Cable seen that, so he came back and was like, "Yo," like he tried to warn him, but he ain't have enough time.
He did, bro. When he came back, like she's like, "Let me see your eyes." She's like, "You made it." Like that was a good moment right there because she realized Cable. He said, "I'm sorry, bro."
Right.
Then time ran out, and then it's a 3-headed Sentinel, and they also recognized Magneto as Omega level. They showed the different fire abilities, and it was just going chaos. Everybody was getting destroyed, bro.
Right.
So, do you think the original layer they just tried to destroy, and we mentioned the Sentinels being faulty and being weak, was a setup too? Like the real Sentinels were getting built in another place?
I feel like it could have been like a little distraction.
Yeah.
But it was almost like I felt like maybe he thought that that's what they would have been getting again, was those Sentinels.
Ooh, good point.
Where it was only a certain few could end up destroying some, but because you notice like none of the rest of the mutants that was on that island was doing anything.
They weren't, and like on top of that, so the scene progressed. It's getting crazy. Are we saying Magneto died? Because when he had protection in the force field, Omega level threat happened. Blast went there. He looked at them. He's like, "I'm sorry." He also tried to save Jean and save Gambit by moving him away from there with the metal and stuff. Do you think he's dead? It kind of put it as he died.
That's what it kind of looked like, but I don't think so. I feel like he did just enough to blind them, and so to say,
You
to
don't
make it
trust him
look.
at all. You don't trust him at all.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, just thinking of how Magneto used to be and how so like high strung he was on that one mission to get back to the humans. Like, it only makes sense. Like, even at the beginning when he first came to the X-Men, he was still trying to get at him.
He was. He
But
was.
none of them trusted him. So he was like, when he had that conversation in the room with Rogue, like, you got to make them like you. So he was like, all right, I'm going to do stuff to lead up to it. But then when they see that I somewhat changed and things didn't change on the other side, then they have to follow me.
I'm rocking with your theory. I'm rocking with you. So right now you see that it's like a fake death, but we see Rogue and then Gambit see it. So Rogue went straight crazy, started knock things off. But she went almost like a suicide mission, headed right to the Sentinels, and your boy Gambit still in love, still in
Right.
love.
Right.
Decided to supercharge the bike, so because he couldn't catch up with her speed wise, to do a cosmic blast to get her out of the way because she wouldn't die. But how'd you feel about the end, bro? I gotta let you talk about this. That's your man's.
Bro, like, I'm hyped. All right, I'm on the fence with this because I'm hyped that they finally gave him his due and
Yeah.
let him do his thing. But I'm also mad that in order for him to do it, he had to die in the process. Like,
It was
like it
epic
was
though. Like,
tough because usually you think of Gambit, and then the only things he's really lighting up is the cards or his staff. But then he did the bike, and then when the Sentinel grabbed him up, it was like, oh snap, he really done for. But then he charged up the Sentinel. Like, bro, that's tough.
it was tough. Two
Like,
double
and
sided
you
sword.
got to think
Double
though.
sided.
You got
Yeah.
to think though, because the Sentinels was. It made it look like the Sentinels was giving Magneto the business. Like he couldn't do nothing with him. But then your boy Gambit, a lesser mutant.
Oh, you're making the theories, bro. I like it. I like it.
I'm just saying, a lesser mutant come and basically like blows up the 3-headed Sentinel like that, though.
Now, the thing about that, though, that was a direct line to his source of power. He just went all out and basically burned himself up in the process of destroying that. So he went almost like a sacrifice for Bomb in a sense.
Right.
Ah.
But he knew what had to be done.
So next episode, it pops up with Magneto coming from the Rumble and be like, yo, they kill these people? All right, time for revenge. That's where your mind's thinking right now.
Right. Like even if it might not be the next one, but it's going to be within the next two.
All right, cool. So let's go back real quick. There's one little part that I didn't talk about yet that I think is going to play a part. So we have the two genes, right? We see how they're going with things. We see how it's going to be emotional all over the place. There's also a lady that was at that table wearing all white, Emma Frost.
Yeah.
In the House of M comic books, also a lot of X-Men movies. She is like the queen pin. She is literally like she is of the level. My personal opinion, in some books, she's of the level of actual Jean. So I think she gonna do some damage. I think your theory might be right because she's there now. Because where was she at during this whole thing? Because she could have did some stuff.
Right. It almost seemed like
dang, it's a setup, bro.
Right. Like because Magneto really didn't do nothing. Like he was chilling, holding a force field up. Like I feel like if he's an Omega, he could have did a lot more than what he was doing.
You know what's crazy though? The watch was there, so I wonder if the time gonna play again. It's gonna happen again. But if Game is really dead, that sucks for you, Gambit fans.
Bro, if Gambit's really dead, if he's really dead, I'm done. I'm done.
My God.
like I'm gonna watch the rest of it, but I'm gonna be mad every single episode if he's really done.
Bro,
like Cable gotta come back and fix all that time stuff and let them know what's really going down. Gambit come back. If not, Gambit and Storm got to come back. If not, like this X-Men is thrown away in the trash.
Now, this was the best episode, in my opinion. I think this episode was
It was the best episode, and it actually showed them really having a fight.
Dang. I love the theories. Please, y'all, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Again, if you like episode 4, I apologize. We did episode 4 and 5 on this one, but 5 just took it all.
Right.
So please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. I can't wait. The new X-Men comes out Wednesday. So we'll drop the pod probably before that, and then we're gonna hope back up on Saturday morning to do the pod.
Yep.
For X-Men. So peace and love. Thank y'all so much. Team Gambit, I'm sorry.
It hurts my soul.
Well, you could be Wolverine, be a side dude, and not even do anything all freaking.
Right. They didn't dumb down Wolverine all the way. Like, I don't know what's going on with that.
He's a driver, and then on top of that, he's a side dude.
Bro, that pissed me off. I'm out of here.